God! I want to be around this today. It puts me in fucking mood. I don't have the magnet thing on my phone. So up one day was mad because he traded Wade for a side-by-side. He traded his truck and Wade's gonna pay him some cash and fucking something else. I don't remember what else. So it's a side-by-side, but it doesn't run because it needs a fuel filter and something else, and it needs oil. So it doesn't run and drive, right? Hi Kim, how are you? His front yard, and Wade's coming back to get the trailer, but he's supposed to go to, it's up one day, he's supposed to go to his niece's birthday party. Well, he doesn't want to leave the side-by-side here alone. He's afraid he'll get stolen. And my thing, they're not, so if somebody steals it, they're going to have to load it on a trailer. It doesn't start and run, so they would have to take a lot of time to be loaded on a trailer, and it would be in daylight, and people would see it and know that, like, who are these people, why they're stealing a trailer, or they're stealing a side-by-side, right? You would think. So I gave him a solution. I said, well, Dave, I got to work tonight, so I can't sit with you side-by-side, but let air out of two of the tires. Then they sure as hell ain't going to be able to load it up on a trailer. Like, it would take way too much time and effort. Nobody's going to, now a side-by-side sitting there on a trailer already loaded. I'm surprised it hasn't been, I'm surprised he wasn't worried about that shit, because you just put the hitch in a separate truck and, they're gone. But the thing is, like, nobody's done that yet, and it doesn't even look like he's home, so, when he has been, so, I mean, nobody's gonna, but he lets air out of even just one of the tires. They ain't gonna fuck with that. They know they'd have to load to a trailer, and with a flat tire, that's, like, virtually impossible. It'd take a ton of people to do it, or they'd have to air up the tire to load it up on a trailer. Well, what are they gonna do, break into a shed and get his air compressor out? Break into his house and flip the breaker for the outside outlets, like, and then air up the tire and then steal it? Like, no. Ain't nobody gonna steal your janky ass outside. Especially when you let the air out of one of the tires. Hell, take a whole tire off. Maybe it's easier to take the whole wheel and tire off. That's the best way to make sure a vehicle doesn't get stolen. I saw one guy had on a camper trailer, not a camper trailer, like a Winnebago, but not one bigger than that, like a full size, driving camper, RV. That's the word I'm looking for. I saw a guy, he had an RV, and this was like at the height of the heroin epidemic out here, so if it wasn't affixed ground permanently, it was getting stolen. It was just how things rolled, and these people were good at it. Like, they could up and snatch something like that. Like an RV, man, they take the blocks off that shit, didn't care if the brakes were on or not, fucking hitch it and be gone. I mean, they were stealing tow trucks to steal shit. It was crazy. And I was delivering food to this guy, and he had a parking on one of the wheels of his RV. And I was like, that's genius. Because, the only way you're going to steal it then is if you have the right kind of tow truck and you got to up it, drag it up and almost dolly it, but you almost can't do that with an RV. If you can peep in there without fucking with his truck, I hate him. I'm trying not to be that level hateful right now, but I don't like him. He pulled a gun on me and my dog with our backs turned. Oh my gosh, hello. Yeah, so I don't like that neighbor. Oh God, I'm fucking tired. I gotta get ready for work. I had a migraine earlier. We went to a food pantry. It was my turn to drive, but Timmy drove instead. I'm not sure why, but and the truck broke down into the food pantry. But by then, my migraine was in full effect, and I just all I could do was sleep through the whole fucking thing. And I got home, and my migraine finally lifted. I took my migraine medicine, and I had to go drop off the cone for Kiki at Dave's, and just listen to him be angry about everything. I don't even know what he's angry about. I need a break from him. I gotta go over there tonight to get my tattoo finished. Which, if they don't show up, I'll be okay with it. I'll just message them and be like, how about Wednesday you guys just come to my house? Because I'm just going to go over there, get the tattoo finished, or as much as she wants to do, and then just go the fuck home. And then I need a break from him. He is fucking crazy. And I can only deal with so much crazy. Let somebody else go over there and sit with him and do the dishes and let his dog out for like a week. I do it every day. Every motherfucking day. Hey, those are daisies. Those are pretty. I'm gonna pick some. I hate migraines too. I'm not taking any positions for mods. I'm sorry. I don't know how many mods I have. Enough. A lot, I guess. I don't know. I have too many. No. I have 2 managing mods and the rest are standard mods. Oh man, I got Jamie, Destin, Felly, Farkas, Simpson, Freeside, PDX. Oh, those are my mods. Guns and Gears. I don't remember who else. Don't remember. Oh, my goodness. That's not the lane, buddy. Yeah. Oh, come back to our lane, right? The lane. This is rain move through. It's not a crack house, it's crack home. How did you meet June? We're going inside, cat. I am. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I am south of St. Louis in Missouri. A little south. Ugh. South Carolina. Why is this AC not going? What is going on? It's nice out today. I don't know that I necessarily need AC. Hell, I'm in a hoodie, but it's like, it's stuffy in here. Is what it is. Hi, puppet dog. Oh my god, I love this dog. His name's Achilles. He's kind of crazy. Oh my god. What's this guy doing? Like, get low. And where's Junior? Hi, baby. I see you guys knock stuff off the ottoman. Thank you. Don't worry, I'll clean it up. I always do. Alright, y'all. I gotta go get ready for work. I'll probably live stream on the way to work. I usually do. But I gotta, and the storm came through and blew over my canopy thing last night, so I gotta go collapse that down before it gets completely destroyed. And it's raining, and I gotta take my kayak to the backyard. What do you need, puppy? Oh, so, hi. I have my boots and my tools all over the place. I gotta clean up my living room before I go to work. There's Freeside, there's Mod. Oh, I don't know. I'm shadow banned a lot of the time, so nobody gets my notifications. Otherwise, if they do, I don't know, they're busy doing other things, more important things. They're busy touching grass, doing their stuff, doing things and stuff. I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad about it. Over on TikTok, I get mad if I get under 1,000 in my live streams. If I have under 1,000 in my chat, I'm mad. Over here on YouTube, I'm happy to have 1. Freeside, what's shaking, baby? There's Guns and Gears. There's another one. 2 of my mods are there. But I'm fixing to go get ready for work and shit anyway. Oh, I'm gonna pop this balloon. There we go. Yeah, balloon animals. I make balloon animals. Cats and the dog wanted some balloon animals, so I made them balloon animals, but now I'm popping them because they need to be thrown away. Oh, Link. What's so funny, Guns and Gears? Oh, thanks, Kim. Have a good day. Guns and Gears, what's so fun? Who knows what's so fun? Oh, I banned John Camillo last night, real quick, Guns and Gears. He came over, and of course, Paco was on panel, and he was talking and trying to talk shit, and I said, oh, no. I'm iced out. Remember, I started a club. of all of us. I call it the iced out baby club. I said, what makes you think you can come over to my chat if I can't be in yours? Fuck off, you know? And he said, I need to get down on my knees, like, to apologize. I said, the only time a woman has been on her knees in front of you in the past 20 to 30 years has been when she tripped over a crack in the sidewalk. I said, if that was me and I tripped, I would do everything. I would break my fucking neck and the face plant the fucking ground. If, like, I will do everything I can to not get falling on my knees in front of you. Like, seriously, I would break my neck trying to get, like, 5 feet over if I was falling. I was like, that's the only reason a woman been on her knees in front of you is because she fell on the sidewalk, tripped over her shoelace. Hey, R&D. Oh, don't worry. Who's G? Oh, Guns and Gear. GND? Is that GND? I told Camilla about the club, but I explicitly said that you declined my invite and membership invitation to the club. So, because I didn't want him to be all crazy with you again. But I said all the people that are iced out, like Guns and Gears and Flutter Mouse and R&D, we're going to start a club, except R&D said he passed on the invitation. I said, but the rest of us are going to. I said, Guns and Gears. But you can still be in the club. I won't tell him you're in the club. I'll tell him you're not in the club. And you can be the mole. You can be our mole. Will you be my mole? But he came up in my panel, up on my chat last night, talking about saying shit to Ponka. So I need to get on my knees. Bitch, please, Lamborghini keys, that ain't happening. So then I said, you know what, no, you know, after I gave him shit about the only time bitches been on their knees in front of them was when they tripped over a crack in the sidewalk, and fell. And then, I asked him about Michelle K. I said, wait, I have a question, because we were talking about this the other day. When you and Michelle K were fucking after Red Lobster, did she fall asleep during sex? It was during sex, right? He's like, she fell asleep in my arms like you would. I was like, oh, hell no! I would not, and she probably did not. Oh, hell no! That's why I said, hell no. Whatever he's got to tell himself to get through the day. What? Dog! I'm trying to get ready for work! Yeah, he said, you can get on your knees. Bitch, please. You ain't had a bitch down on her knees in front of you. Seriously. For like probably 30 years, and when she did, she done tripped on her shoelace. Sorry, hold on. So what are you guys all up to today? My peeps? I'm fixing to end the election because I really do got to get going for work. And the storm took my canopy out. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. I won't lie. I had to piss like the Dickens. Who told you it was bad, Michelle K? I mean, I've fallen asleep during sex before. One time it was... It happened like twice that I can remember. One time it was really good. I was just really exhausted. I had been going for like 3 days straight. No, nothing. No, caffeine. Living on Reds, vitamin C, and caffeine. Right? For the most part. Camel-wise, vitamin C and caffeine. I was just I couldn't move. Like, I couldn't do anything. We were camping and he wanted to hit it and I was just like, fine. I'm not doing shit. I'm not moving. I am a pillow princess, except we were camping. We didn't even have pillows. I literally fell asleep. It was good, though. I remember that. I remember falling asleep, and it was good. And then the other time that I remember falling asleep, I fell asleep during just the tip once, too. I was really drunk. I was really intoxicated. I didn't really fall asleep. I passed out. And I asked him about it the next day while I was naked. And he reminded me we were playing just a tip. And I said, did we have sex? I feel like we fucked. And he's like, oh, yeah, no, you weren't having none of it till you fell asleep. I was like, oh, well, did I enjoy it? And he's like, I think so. But another time, the only other time I can remember falling asleep is it was just horrible. It was horrible. It was horrible. And I was so disappointed too because I thought it was going to be great. It was one of those situations where the size, like it was an optical illusion. You would think that size and that good looking of a guy and all of that combined, it's going to be a great time. Jesus fucking Christ. Talk about probably in the top 5 worst sex I've ever had. I just remember laying there being tired and being like, thank God I'm fucking tired. Maybe I'll fall asleep. And I did. Thank God. I had a coyote. This is before I had kids. I had a coyote ugly moment and left out his apartment. I felt bad too because his door was fucked up. It wouldn't shut all the way and I didn't know how to do it, but I also didn't want to wake him up, tell him I was leaving, so I left it open. I'll never know what happened after that. Hey, Daniel Berry Sports Highlight, DBSH, what's up? I didn't know if you saw me over on Jamie's. Was it Jamie's last night? Yeah, Jamie's last night. Because I saw you and I said, hi, DBSH. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if he knows that I'm using the acronym. So, somebody doxed that the new Method Man whore guy, the horny housemaker guy that Jamie had on last night. And, right on. And somebody doxed him in Jamie's chat at the end. So I was live streaming. I looked him up because I'm like, I know he's in Missouri because like the license plate. I mean, so I Googled his name and assuming he's in Missouri because I mean, he could have just hung up the license plate, but he's got past here. He's got some kind of roots here. But I was like, where would he be if he's in St. Louis? And I'm like, South City or Central West End. Boom! Was I not right? Sorry, he's in Central West End. And according to the website that I use to do those things. I need to look him up in CaseNet and see if he's got a criminal record out here. I'm just curious. That's what I do. I'm a researcher. By nature, by trade, and by hobby, I research. I forgot to look him up in CaseNet. I'm going to look him up in CaseNet. It's crazy to listen to him tell those stories. It's wild because, like, him and I live some weird parallels. If what he says are true, I don't think like he had Justin Bieber and Justin Timberlake run a train on him or whatever. But I asked him if he was a club kid, and he's like, "Yeah, I used to be a club kid." And I asked him that for a reason because things he was saying, it's like, wait, he's a club kid. Like club kids know who club kids are. And I was like, tell me you're a club kid without telling me you're a club kid. So that was crazy. Assuming he really is, like, that may be why he looks kind of familiar. And we're both in the St. Louis area. Like, we live weird parallels. I don't do math. I wear this clothes, women's clothes. I liked his leggings. I don't know. We've had some interesting parallels. And if his stories are all fake, they're damn good and entertaining. I mean, shit. That guy was a lot. Rocky Horror Picture Shows. Damn it. Janet, I want to screw. Oh, Brad. Oh, damn it. I'm mad. Oh, Janet. For you. I can't sing. It doesn't stop me from ruining your evening and your ears. I'm sorry and you're welcome. I love you too. There's one thing left to do. Let's screw. It's from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Dude, this Halloween, I think I'm going to try to go to Rocky. I had tickets, not last year, year before that, I think. But the person I was going with backed out because I don't know why. I don't remember. But I know I was mad about it. And we didn't talk for a while. Because it was a petty-ass reason. And we'd had it planned forever. And then I couldn't find anyone else to go with me. And then, this was about 4 years ago. And then I had a really bad, my tooth got fucked up. So it was like pounding anyway. My whole head was pounding from this toothache. And I ended up just not going and forfeiting my money and whatever. Because I paid for both tickets. But I didn't want to go by myself, but no, I think this year, even if I'd go by and nobody wants to go with me, because a lot of people, Rocky Horror Picture Show is kind of one of those take them or You know, you either love it or you don't know about it. But the people that don't know about it, at least are my age, aren't really wanting to know about it. Their loss, not mine, not anyone else's. Their loss. Not Rocky Horror Picture Show's loss, for sure. But I'll go by myself at this point. I just want to go. I want to dress up like a Transylvanian and go. And bring my little bag with my toast and my watermelon and my rice and my toilet paper and, you know, newspaper and all that fun shit. I mean, there's always somebody there that goes by themselves. Usually there's a handful of people there that are by themselves. But by the mid-movie, they're all sitting together anyway. It's kind of like the Lonely Hearts Club. So I'll just fit right in. When I was in high school, my freshman year, I went to a performing arts high school, and so they were all talking about Rocky. That's when I found out about it. And I was the only one that had tap shoes. That was like, you know, because they acted out on stage for audience participation. So when you watch it, you act out on stage. Well, I was the only one with tap shoes. I offered to loan them to the Columbia girl. She said no. She was tired of being Columbia anyway. She wanted to be Magenta. So I got to be Columbia because I had tap shoes and I could tap dance. And that's how I found out about it. I still don't know all the audience participation shit, but I know almost all Columbia's lines. Oh, probably not anymore. I don't know that I could recite them the way I did then, but I can do her dancing. She's not a great tap dancer, neither was I. Good times, though. But every time we go to Rocky Horror, you know, people will dress up, even if they're not performing. You know, even if they're not performing, they still will dress up. You know, you go dressed up or whatever. And every time I've gone as audience participation and dressed up, I've always gone as a Transylvanian. Even when I had the full Columbia costume, I still went as a Transylvanian. I love it because it's just black pants, a white button-up shirt, a fancy like New Year's type of hat, you know, glittery top hat, and some wild glasses, like sunglasses. You know, it's fun. Susan Sarandon was hot. She still was. What are you talking about? Whatever happened to the guy who played Brad Majors? Asshole. And Susan Sarandon was Janet Weiss. Slut. It's funny because when I sing Rocky Horror Picture Show just kind of at random, you know, like I just did there, Damn It Janet, I almost always sing the audience participation lines of those songs, the ones I know. And people are just like, what? It's kind of song? And I'm like, no, that's not really how the song goes, but that's how you sing the song. When you sing the song, that's how you sing it. I don't know. Y'all, how many of y'all are, who's all familiar with Rocky Horror Picture Show? Separate from the YouTuber Rocky Horror Picture Show. You shut the fuck up. You've seen that movie. Are you pulling my fucking leg? You're pulling my fucking leg. Except, why do I have a feeling? Like, I wouldn't be surprised that somebody names themselves after a famous cult classic movie and has never seen it. I wouldn't be too surprised. Alright, so Guns N' Gears and Honor, do you guys know it? Like, oh yeah. Said Rocky Horror Picture Shows, and I just ran with it. Well, I highly suggest it. It's a cult classic as Susan Sarandon, Tim Curry. He plays, he's a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. I highly do suggest the movie, if you can catch it at the movie theater, like an audience participation show, go. And make sure to tell them this is the first time you've seen it. Tell them you're a virgin. You'll thank me. Or you won't. One or the other. Who's that? Susan Sarandon, Tim Curry. The guy who plays Riff Raff, he wrote the screenplay and the musical score. It's a musical. Well, kind of. It's a late night science fiction picture show. You should go. To the late night. Double feature picture show. You could sit in the front row. It's about this couple, Brad and Janet. They are very, very prudish, very, very proper. Well, until they're not. But they have this friend, Dr. Scott. He is a scientist of sorts. They met in his science exam. And Brad falls in love with her because he has one thing to say, and that's, "Damn it, Janet, I love you and want to screw." So they get engaged. They're at a friend's wedding and they get engaged, and they want to go tell Dr. Scott about it and be like, "Hey, Dr. Scott, look, we met because of you and now we're getting engaged." But there's a storm and they get a flat tire in the middle of like nowhere going to Dr. Scott's. But there's a light over at the Frankenstein place. Sorry, it's just funny to me because I know the references. I'm probably lame as fuck. So they go over there to this light over at the Frankenstein place. There's a castle. In the castle, in the darkness, there's always light. And there's something really weird going on there. And they can't find Dr. Scott, but there's something weird. And what it is the Transylvanians are there, and Frankenfurter's there. And Frankenfurter, and his like butler person is Riffraff. Then his maid is Magenta. I'm not sure who the fuck Columbia is to any of them. Columbia's boyfriend Meatloaf, he's in that movie. Till he's not. So anyway, they are introduced to Frankenfurter, who's an alien. Maybe that's where Arctic Timberwolf comes from. Maybe he comes from transsexual Transylvania. Because that's where Frankenfurter's just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania, and he'll get you a satanic mechanic. Anyway, so Frankenfurter's there, and he shows them his favorite obsession. It's a man with long hair and a tan. That's good for relieving his tension. The man that he's making is Rocky. Janet, Dr. Scott, Janet, Brad, Rocky. They end up finding Dr. Scott. They all have a nice dinner together, minus the Transylvanians. And Meatloaf was there until he becomes dinner. Ironically, his stage name and his role. I just discovered that irony today, right now. Anyway, there's just a lot going on. A lot of shenanigans, a lot of sodomy. What if Janet found you like this with your legs up and Frankenfurter between them? Lots of things going on there. Sorry, I gotta look at the chat. Hold on. The ending's weird. Kind of like if you ever saw have y'all ever seen Dick Shark? How there's like 45 minutes of a squirrel in the forest with a guy that has nothing to do with the movie. I mean, it's not like that, but it's the same level weird, in my mind. Anyway, then when you go see it at the theater, everyone sings along. They've changed up the words to make it everything is sexual, and that's where Time Warp comes from, is Rocky Horror. And you have props during the wedding scene when the bride and groom are running out of the church, and everyone's throwing rice. You throw rice. And when it rains, you put a newspaper over your head and shoot your water gun, and toilet paper. There's that. You throw toilet paper. I can't remember why. And then somebody would like to propose a toast. I think it was Brad. I'd like to propose a toast, and you throw toast, like bread, toast, at just no one and everyone. And then there's also, so throughout the movie, they haven't just changed the words of the song, they've changed the lines of the movie as well. And keep in mind, there's a whole cast that's playing it out. It's like watching a play in a movie, except usually the people that are playing it live action are not great actors, not true to God actors and actresses, so, but they do good usually. I mean, like, I've never seen a bad performance. But not only have they changed up the words of songs, they changed up the lines to the movie. And so you just have random people yelling at any given time what the line has changed to. So it's never quiet. It's never, no one's ever sitting still and being quiet. I know that's what you're supposed to do in movie theaters. That is the one thing that does not happen. And then at the beginning of it, they have they're knocking off the virgins and things like that. It's a lot, but it's really fun. Okay, sorry. Hi, I'm here. Yeah, I later found out it was a musical. Oh, you know what though? You might like this one. I like musicals though, so it's hard for me to say. Meatloaf's in it. Yeah, he played Eddie. Yeah. All I want to do is massage you with warm oil. Who's trolling me? See, if I ramble enough, people leave. The trolls are just like, I'm bored. Who sent you? What YouTuber sent you here to troll me? I don't care. I said the day I become a locale is the day I leave YouTube. Now, will I stand by that and actually follow through? I don't know. Probably. I'm terrified of being a locale. I'm like, I just remind myself, I'm like one bad addiction away from being Justine Schaefer, you know? Or like multiple bad choices away from being God's soldier. No, I can never be that kind of cow. I'm 2 bad decisions away from being the horny homemaker or whatever. Shout out to Savvy who got kicked from his chat last night. What the fuck was that about? He thought you was being for real. Good job, Kim. I mean, you're good. You are a good troll though. You had him convinced that you were a Christian and a virgin, and he was hurting your ears. Most trolls wouldn't have followed through to that extent. Like, it's impressive. It isn't. I need to take notes. You're good at what you do. You know, I always say, hater's gonna hate, troll's gonna troll, clipper's gonna clip, crazy's gonna crazy. I ain't mad about it. I'm 6'5" and have massive hands. I just want to massage you. Well, I got type, and that's tall guys, even though I'm super short. God, that's the thing. If I find out a tall guy is interested in me, I lose my mind. Like, oh my God. How tall are you? 6'2"? Yes. I'm only 5'2". Alright, I got finished getting ready for work. I'll catch you guys on the way to work. I'm gonna set up my StreamYards and schedule it for a time. So feel free to come by and say hi as I drive to work and ramble about nothing. I love you guys. Vin, let me think about that. Pardon me if I'm a little skeptical, and also I'm weird about the idea of a stranger from YouTube putting his 6'5" man hands on my body if I don't know him. I mean, you know, it could be a great time, or it could be death. I could be killed. I'm kind of open to both options. Okay, bye.